Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I hope that you stick through the whole video and see these really pretty DIYs that I created for you. There are 3 of them and they all make a very nice statement in your home, and I hope that you enjoy these. If you do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, let me know down in the comments which one of these you enjoyed the most and maybe which one inspired you to do one of your own. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into these DIYs. For this first one, I am taking this tray and I got it from Dollar Tree, but it is in their $5 section. And I am going to just be making this into a little bit of a modern decor. And the first thing that I decided to do was stain it and then paint an area of it. And this didn't go exactly as I planned, but that's okay. I mean, we are just crafting. So I tried not to let it get to me too bad, but it does happen where you had one thing in mind, but it turned into something else. In other words, I wouldn't have even stained the part that I'm staining now if I'd known I was just going to go in and paint that part. So just think about what design you're wanting to do first, and then you can know whether you're going to paint this part or stain this part. But the first thing that I am going in and doing is just staining all of it and getting it into all of the sides and all in the handles and everything, even the back. Next thing that you're going to want to do is to completely let this dry for like at least 6 hours before you start on the next step. And the reason this didn't go the way I planned was because I was being impatient and I didn't let it dry for more than an hour, and I think that the oils from the stain were just not dry enough and it wasn't letting my painter's tape stick down. So then I decided to try and use this ruler to help me create the line that I wanted. Well, that didn't work out, and you'll see that whenever I lift it up, that of course it's not creating that sharp line that I wanted. And then during all this frustration, I was gonna paint a white block just down the middle. I don't know why I was painting at the top. I was like, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. So I was like, oh well, it's messed up, it's not giving me this straight edge that I want. I'm really trying to get this done and I just wanted to go on. So I went ahead and painted the whole tray part. Sorry guys if you heard my dogs, they were just like wrestling around all of a sudden around me. But anyway, so I paint the whole tray part and I'm trying to be careful not to get it up on the edges. And doing this, I'm just using the Waverly white chalk paint, and I will cover the whole part that you see me covering up now. Afterwards, this is what it looks like, and it did take a couple of coats to get it this white. And I just got this design off of Design Bundles, I think it is. And I got this when they had their sale where there were a bunch of bundles and fonts for $1, which I believe are the last Friday of every month. So definitely check that out if you haven't. I can leave their link down below, but that is where I bought this one from. And so I just kind of sized it to how I wanted it in my tray, and I'm adding that on there. As you can see, I had a little bit of trouble with that O, but no worries at all. You just stick it down and then you use your Cricut scraper to just keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing until they're actually sticking. So if you see any of your letters coming up with it, just go back and rub that one again like I am here, and it should stick, no worries. Now the transfer tape I do have is from Walmart, and it is the Duck brand, and it's really sticky, really strong. So it did peel up a little bit of my paint, so I am going back in and dabbing some paint on the pieces that it did peel up. So make sure that you are using like a low tack transfer paper whenever you're doing this on paint, like on painted items. And here is how easy that first one turned out. You can definitely decorate and paint this the way you want to paint it, but I think this looks really nice and modern with that wood tone and then the white inside with the black lettering. I absolutely love the way it turned out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Next, I am taking this DIY paddle, and I got this from Ross for $2.99, and I just thought it would be so fun to do something with it. So I picked it up. I'm not sure if anybody has any Rosses or how nationwide they are, but I love to go to Ross, and I've noticed that they're expanding their crafters section in my Ross. So if you have that, you might want to definitely check it out. So yeah, first thing I'm doing is going in with some stain, and then I'm also going to use that same Waverly white chalk paint, and I'm first staining this entire paddle. And I did learn from my first mistake, so I did let this one sit for the entire at least 6 hours before I went in to try to use painter's tape on it and paint it. Alright, so I am loving the wood grain and how this all looks. I absolutely love it. And like I said, after I let it sit for about 6 hours, you can even let it set for 24 hours if you want, but I'm just so impatient, guys. So yeah, I am going to be taping off the middle part pretty much and leaving the sides for me to paint white. So I really wanted to leave the whole middle part that stained wood, and then I wanted to go in with the white paint on the sides, and I just feel like it gives it a really nice and modern look. This also took about 2 coats, and I'm just making sure that I don't have any harsh brush lines on any of this as my final coat. And I don't paint the sides of this with the white, only keep it on the top, just because I'm thinking I may want to do this double-sided. I didn't today, but I could definitely always go back and add another design or anything in the back. So I left it with just the wood grain showing on the sides. Again, I got this same decal in the same place as my first one, and I just love what this says, "So me." If I have to stir it, it's homemade. So definitely love that for this, and it's going to be in my kitchen, so definitely had fun with this one. And again, the white with the wood and the black, I think this just looks so nice and modern looking, and I had really a lot of fun doing these DIYs. So you'll have to let me know what you think and how you feel that they turned out. Sometimes with these smaller letters, you have to rub, and then like kind of pull back and forth, going side to side with your transfer tape, kind of how you see me doing there, going back and forth, so that your letters will definitely stay on your product instead of trying to come back up with your transfer tape. I do go in with this clear matte Rust-Oleum sealer, And I did do that with the tray as well. I just didn't show it. I did forget to show it, but I did do that with the tray as well. See, I have the back side to do something else with. And this is the way it turned out. I absolutely love the way it turned out. It is so cute and so simple to do, but makes a good statement in your home. And then guys, here is how my hot cocoa bar is looking for Valentine's Day. I transferred it from Christmas time to Valentine's time, and I think this looks absolutely cute. I absolutely love and adore the way this turned out. I love my gnomes and just the whole color palette. I love it so much. So I wanted to give y'all a peek at that. And then I just have this hanging there. You can also hang it like above your stove. So many places you can put it in your kitchen. Okay, so for this next one, this is one of those dinner table trays, and this was actually, this one in particular was one that I actually found on a curb. Somebody left it there, so I picked it up and I gave it a really good cleaning, like really good cleaning with Lysol wipes, like tons of Lysol wipes, soap and water, the whole 9 yards. And I actually also went to the thrift store and found another one, so I picked up 2 of these. So I have 2 of these now, and I'm using this really pretty smoky beige from Rust-Oleum satin spray paint. And I just love the color of it. Like, the camera doesn't do it justice at all, but I love the color of this smoky beige. It is so pretty and modern looking. So I definitely spray painted both my tables that color, and I did the whole table that one color. And then I'm bringing it inside now, and I'm going to add a decal and some grain sack stripes on my table, going vertical instead of horizontal. I just wanted to give it a little something different, and my decal will be going in the middle there. So I took my chalk paint in elephant and in white, and I mixed those up just to lighten the elephant color a little bit. And like I said, these are chalk paints, so I did go in this very lightly at first so nothing would seep through my tape, and then I also let that dry and then go in again a couple more times just to get it as opaque as I wanted it to be, and to make sure I covered like all the little patches I was missing. And for this decal, I'm using some Oracle stencil, and I just peeled it off like a sticker and then placed it on my tray because I didn't want my transfer tape, that really tacky one, to peel any of this spray paint up. I don't know that it would, but I definitely didn't want to chance it. So that's why I just stuck it on like a sticker, and it worked out pretty well since this was a pretty simple decal to do. And I'm just going in with that same chalk paint that I used for the stripe, and I'm coloring that in really lightly and building it up as we go as well. And if you're interested in any of the products that I'm using, just leave a comment down below and I can definitely get you what you're wanting to know about anything that I'm using if I don't list it at the bottom. I also will mention that before bringing this table in and painting and doing the decal and everything, that I did let it sit outside after spray painting it for 24 hours. And this stencil vinyl worked beautifully. I absolutely love the clean lines that it gave this. I had no issues at all. As well as when I peeled up this painter's tape, I had no issues at all. I have used an acrylic type paint before when trying to do something like this, and it like peeled up like rubber with the paint, so that's why I do prefer chalk paint now whenever I'm doing something like this. I really do love the chalk paint. Now, to give it the stripe look that I'm going for, I used some washi tape to create the smaller lines, and the washi tape also worked really well. It did not let any of the paint seep through it. And I also went in with like a real light coat, and then once that dried, I went in deeper to, you know, just make the lines as opaque as I wanted them to be. And this washi tape did great. It gave it clean lines as you see there, and I absolutely love how modern and simple this table looks. You can definitely use it as like a side table to your couch. If you wanted to do it for your room, you could do it any design you wanted for your room. And I'm also wanting to use it like for a little entry table because I don't have a big entryway, and I just think this would be so cute to put like a little glass on it, and then you're able to throw your keys in there, and then like have some kind of floral on it, and it just gives the entryway a little more interest. So I definitely want to do that. There's just so many things you can use this as besides a dinner tray. And I went in with that same Rust-Oleum clear matte paint, since this was chalk paint, and I gave that a coat. Also go in with that water-based polyurethane to completely seal it. And doesn't this turn out so beautiful? I absolutely love it. But again, you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think, and if I inspired you to do any of these on your own. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed any of my DIYs today, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye!